What's going on, credit kings and queens? In today's video we're going to talk about respecting your credit cards and what that means. So you might want to stay tuned because it's going to be a good one. There you go. Welcome. In today's video, man, like I said from the intro, we're going to talk about respecting credit cards and what that means. But before we do that, I'd like you guys to please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing to this channel. Also hit the notification bell so you guys know when I'm dropping my next video, because on this channel you guys are following me on my journey to my score to 800, and on the way I'm going to be giving you like tips and tricks on the things that I've done to get there. And also we're going to have discussion topics like today's video, which is what we're going to talk about, respecting your credit card. Now let's jump right into it. So respecting your credit card, what does that mean? We're not talking about you sit there and you put your credit card on the table and you be like, yes sir, yes ma'am, yes. No, we're not talking about that. You know, we're talking about respecting your credit card and respecting yourself. Because if you disrespect your credit card, you're disrespecting yourself. And disrespecting yourself is something that we're not going to do. Ain't nobody want to disrespect yourself. So what does this mean? You take your credit card, and say for instance you just starting out, so you have $1,000 limit. The new Jordans just came out or something. You're like, oh man, I'm gonna do that. Swipe. Oh, the PS5 just dropped. I'm gonna swipe that too. Swipe. All in the same month. Swipe. Now guess what? Most people, when they do that, they carry that balance. They don't pay it off in full at the end of the month. It's okay to do that. So you're well, technically it's not, because you're over your utilization limit, which I will make a video about that too. But technically it's okay to do that, as long as you pay it off before the statement, that you're okay. Most people, they won't pay it off before the end of the month. They'll just let it carry over and keep accruing interest and every month. If you have like a 20% interest rate, you have to break down how much that's gonna cost monthly, and it just keeps adding up. It could be like 20-30 bucks every month that you don't pay it. So you're making the minimum payment, but you're not paying anything on the principal. You're just paying the interest. So like it keeps adding up. So respecting your credit card means only spending what you can afford. Like if you don't spend outside of your means. Like if you make normal charges on your card, that's cool. Pay it back off on time. Don't let a balance carry over like that because you want to flex. So only way that it's okay to let a balance carry over like that is in an emergency. Emergencies happen. You gotta use your card. You don't have the money right now. That's understandable. It's still gonna hurt you in the long run if you don't pay it off. But an emergency is okay. But to do it for some shoes and a PS5 or something crazy that you don't really need, come on. So we're gonna talk about some ways to make sure that you all respect your credit card. Like I said, one, charge only what you can afford. Paying extra stuff for no reason just because you can. Banks look at you as a liability instead of an asset. Banks, when you pay things on time and you do things the right way, banks would just throw money at you. But if you do dumb stuff like this and keep asking for credit limit increase and keep doing dumb stuff and not paying it off on time, they're gonna look at you like, this person hasn't been good. They're gonna love you because they're making interest off you, but they're not gonna give you no more money. If you do it right, they give you money. They just throw money at you. Then they tell their friends, hey, this guy's cool. Give him some more money. Do it right. You want to keep your balances low. Always keep your balances low. Okay, so 30% is the old rule. 30% is like where you don't want to go above, because after that start hurting your credit a little bit. What you want to be is 10%. 10% is what elites have. That's what the high end people, 10% and below. If you keep up below 10, man, trust me, them banks is gonna love that. So respect your card, keep the limit under 10%. Don't be making just the minimum payments too. People do that. Yeah, yes, it looks good in your credit report because you made the payment on time. But you making a minimum payment, you're just adding up the interest. It's not gonna pay off on time. You're not just gonna keep adding on. Pay more than the minimum. If your minimum payment is 12, okay, let's say your minimum payment is 15 bucks, but you have a balance on it and that's 300 bucks. You pay interest on it, which is gonna cost more than that. So now your balance is 328 and your minimum payment is 15 bucks. You see how it keeps adding on? Make more than the minimum. If your balance is 300 bucks and your limit was $1,000, you're at the good point. But pay, if your minimum is 15 bucks, pay 30 or 40. Trust me, it'll help out in the long run. The most important thing about respecting your credit card is make sure you pay on time. The best thing, the easiest way to do this is to have automatic payments set up. You can do that from your app, or you can call them. Automatic payments will save you so much time and effort. All you gotta do is say how much you want to pay, when you want to pay it, and it does it by itself. You just gotta make sure the money's in your bank account. And it should be, because you're making smarter moves now that you're on this channel. We're making better moves, right? You got money saved up because you're using your credit cards, right? Maybe not because you're on this video. But you're getting there though. You're getting there, because this is what the whole point is. Respect your credit card. And you want to make sure you read the fine print, because the fine print is where they get you. Because there's fees that you don't know. They're not going to tell you up front. You have to look. This little piece of paper, the one that nobody ever reads when they get their credit card, is the most important paper from the whole thing. This tells you everything you need to know about the credit card that you're getting, the interest rate, everything. Interest rate, APR, cash advances. But the most important stuff is the stuff down here. All this stuff that you need to go through. It tells you how they calculate your APR. It tells you additional terms and conditions and things you should know about the card. Like if you have a over the limit fee, or some cards that charge you interest on each purchase. All that is in here. And the last thing that you need to do to respect your credit card is to make sure you check your credit report. Simple, simple, simple. Check your credit report, because there could be misinformation on your credit report, errors that you need to check, which could hurt you in the long run if you don't. And also, if you need to check and make sure the utilization is reported correct too, because if you're still learning this, sometimes you may not know when your statement date is, which is on your credit card statement. It tells you your closing date. The closing date and the due date are two different things. You want to make sure you have your payment paid off by the closing date. Whatever percentage you want them to report is the date what you want to be having, because it takes your payment sometimes like 1 to 3 days to go through. So pay a little bit ahead of time, right? So you can be clear on how much you owe. All right, so respect yourself, respect your credit card. Make sure you follow these tips to make sure that things go smoothly for you in the long run, and thank me later. That's gonna do it for this video, man. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So stay up. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna do that. I can't do that, it looks weird. Stay up. Oh yeah, like basketball. Stay up. I like that. Stay up. Get your credit score. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you already haven't. And until next time, I'm out.